Continued spikes in the prices of fuel products. So far this year, diesel prices have increased by over 17 pesos, gasoline by nearly 14 pesos, and kerosene by almost 10 pesos. Many operators and drivers have yet to receive fuel subsidies promised by the government. One News Now is closely watching this story. We will give you more details as they become available later in the day. We now go to the House of Representatives, where the proposed 5.768 trillion peso national budget for 2024 has been approved. Next year's budget is the biggest in history and is nearly 10% more than what's in the coffers in 2023. It was passed on second and third reading on the same day owing to President Bongbong Marcos's certification of the bill as urgent. Before voting last night, lawmakers had a heated discussion. Kabataan Party List Representative Raul Manuel questioned the rush in passing the General Appropriations measure. But before he could finish speaking, his microphone was cut off. Voting continued with 296 congressmen saying yes, while 3 lawmakers from the Makabayan bloc said no.
No bill passed by either house shall become a law unless it has passed 3 readings on separate days, and printed copies thereof in its final form have been distributed to its members 3 days before its passage, except when the President certifies to the necessity of its immediate enactment to meet a public calamity or emergency. Madam Speaker, ano po ang basis ng emergency or calamity sa certification? Madam Speaker, hindi din naman
there's already a certification coming from the Office of the President. I think
the Chair now rules that the point of the gentleman,
hindi pa po ako tapos, Madam
the
Speaker.
Honorable Manuel, is out of order.
With 296 members voting in the affirmative, 3 in the negative, and 0 abstentions, House Bill number 8980, the 2024 General Appropriations Bill, is approved on third and final reading.
Meanwhile, Albay 1st District Representative Edsel Lagman voted yes but with reservations.
Remove the confidential and intelligence funds from agencies whose respective principal mandates have no affinity or nexus to these secret funds. 2, reallocate the confidential and intelligence fund to education, health, and other social services. 3, limit the amount of confidential and intelligence funds.
Meantime, the House Appropriations Committee has clarified that realignments in the budget can still be done. This means that even though Congress has approved the bill on final reading, reallocation of funds is still possible during the period of amendments which opened last night. Prior to the passage of the national budget, House leaders committed to remove or slash the confidential and intelligence funds from civilian departments. Instead, they want the funds to go to agencies defending the West Philippine Sea. According to House Appropriations Committee Chair Elizalde Co, agencies including those led by Vice President Sara Duterte could be affected by the realignment. The OVP and DepEd are asking confidential funds with a combined total of 650 million pesos. In other news, Sitio Kapihan in Surigao del Norte is in full alert as leaders of the Socorro Bayanihan Services Inc. face the Senate today. Senator Risa Hontiveros, who leads the Senate hearing, wants J. Rense Kilario, also known as Senior Aguila, to be cited in contempt, along with the group's 3 other officials. The hearing is for the investigation on the alleged abuses linked to Kilario's group, including child abuse, forced marriages, and drug dens. Kapihan is the center of operations of SBSI, and law enforcers are keeping a close watch on the group's members. As we speak, the joint inquiry of Committees of Public Order and Dangerous Drugs, as well as Women, Children, Family Relations, and Gender Equality is still ongoing. Time to take a quick break. One News Now will be back with more stories after that. still watching One News Now. I'm Denise Tan. The Health Department said that there are no cases of the Nipah virus in the Philippines. The DOH noted reports of flu-like symptoms among students and faculty members in some schools in Cagayan de Oro. Several physical classes have been suspended in the province over concerns of the virus's spread. But the DOH reiterated Nipah has not been detected in the country. India has recorded an outbreak of the disease, which is transmitted to humans via infected animals or contaminated food. Symptoms of the Nipah virus include intense fever, vomiting, and respiratory infection. Operations of PhilHealth are yet to return to normal days after a cyber attack. The state insurer's spokesperson, Israel Pargas, told Radio 5 that they will try to reactivate their website, a member portal, and e-claim system today. He also apologized to private hospitals for the delay in claims as PhilHealth had to shift to manual processing. Pargas admitted it may take 90 days before they can finish working on hospitals' claims. Recall that PhilHealth's database was attacked by the Medusa ransomware over the weekend, with hackers asking for $300,000 ransom.
We are given around 90 days or until December to pay for the 27 billion. And so patuloy pa rin po ang pagpoproseso natin ngayon. Dangan nga lamang ng TEDA. Medyo apektado kasi ay mano-mano. Kaya po minamadali din natin na maitaayos ang ating system para po manumbalik na tayo sa normal operation.
We now give you a quick look at today's other top stories. The Foreign Affairs Department confirmed that former Police Chief Rodolfo Azurin was held by immigration authorities in Canada. But the DFA is yet to know why, as Canadian officials have yet to submit a report on the incident. Azurin had clarified that he was not deported and instead opted to take a flight back to the Philippines. Initial reports claimed that Azurin was questioned at the Langley Airport about Duterte administration's war on drugs. The Bureau of Immigration is looking to tap artificial intelligence, or AI, for its operations. Long lines at immigration counters have been a persistent problem, especially in the Ninoy Aquino International Airport, or NAIA. The BI said that ideally officers should only process around 200 departing passengers daily, but in reality, they're processing almost double that figure. The Bureau may start using AI once electronic gates with biometric features are installed by the third quarter of next year. Weather Watch now, Pag-asa is monitoring two low-pressure areas. The first LPA was located east of extreme northern Luzon within the Philippine Area of Responsibility. However, it is expected to dissipate within the day. The other LPA was seen outside Par, east of southeastern Luzon. It could enter the country and develop into a tropical cyclone in the coming days. One News Now will be back at 3:15 p.m. Join us again later. I'm Denise Tan. We are One News.